The following video is not made for kids under 13. If you are not 13 years old, please exit out of the video now. And please, YouTube, do not sue me. Hey guys, Liamoki here. I'm back with a new What If series. This is What If Izuku was trained by Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. If you guys have heard of Ninja Gaiden, Ryu Hayabusa is one of the most badass and one of the greatest ninjas in all of video game history. I mean, sure, you could say Scorpion or Sub-Zero or even many other characters from other fighting games are better ninjas than this man, but this man is basically the peak of what it truly means to be a ninja. If any of you have played the Ninja Gaiden games, then you know that Ryu has fought against multiple has taken on entire countries, cults, and even god-level demons, otherwise known as the Archfiends. Basically the devils of the Ninja Gaiden world and all that. So yeah, he also has multiple weapons to do so, and techniques and abilities. If you guys seen Ryu, he's basically at the point of physical fit levels, almost on the same level as Batman or even beyond that. So yeah, if you guys think that Ryu is kind of a pushover, then you have another thing coming. But you're also wondering, how would he be able to train Izuku? Well, it wouldn't be too far off and too weird in the world of My Hero Academia. I mean, sure, quirks would have to be introduced and a lot of people would have to learn how to use them. However, it wouldn't be too far off for fiends and ninjas to actually be part of the My Hero Academia world. Some would be treated as heroes while others would be treated as villains. And yeah, so it wouldn't be too far off in this timeline to speak of. So yeah, how would Ryu basically train Izuku? Well, with that said, let's get into the story, shall we? Right after finding out that he is quirkless and that he'll never be able to inherit a quirk, Izuku is still bullied by Bakugo and everyone else in his life. He has no idea how to cope with this. I mean, he still dreams of wanting to be a hero, but he feels like that dream is nothing but a fading memory. However, at the age of 6, he runs into a man that he never expect to see, that no one would ever expect to see. A ninja, wearing all black and slaying a demon and slaying a fiend right in the middle of an alleyway on his way after what happened, after being bullied by Bakugo. He surprised seeing this and was about to run, believing that Ryu was a villain and just killed somebody and didn't want to get involved with this. However, without realizing it, he was already taken by Ryu and was already on top of a roof, wondering what's happening. Is he going to die and everything like that? He's scared. He's crying out of his mind. Before Ryu puts his hand on his head, saying, "It's okay. You don't have to worry. All I ask for you is not to say that. You could say that person I cut down was a villain. A person that was willing to hurt you and everyone else around you." Soon after hearing this, Izuku feels calm and is not crying as much as he did before, believing the man, and says, "So you're a hero?" Ryu soon says, "No, I'm no hero. But I guess it would seem like that." As he says, "Can you tell me your name? Because I want to thank you for doing what you did, even if it was kind of scary." As he says, "Hayabusa." As he's saying, "So what's your quirk? I want to know." And Ryu was about to leave and says, "I'm quirkless." And Izuku was shocked to hear this, that a man like this is a hero and yet is quirkless at the same time, wondering if he could be just like him, as he asks, "Wait, can you tell me? Tell me on how did you get so strong? How did somebody like you who was quirkless? I want to be a hero. I want to help people and save lives, just like All Might. So please, can you tell me, or can you at least help me just a bit?" As Ryu hears this, and he also sees the determination in the boy's eyes, willing that he would never, that this kid, this 6-year-old boy would do anything to become a hero, no matter what. As he says, "Okay then, I'll train you. I'll train you in the way of the ninja. The way of the dragon ninja." As Izuku is shocked to hear this, and finally will become a hero, even if it is not in the ways that he thought he would become. A day after meeting Ryu, his mother, Inko, is soon confronted by Ryu, and she wonders on who he is, as he says, My name is Hayabusa. I met your son the other day, and I want to train him in the way of trying to become a hero." As she's shocked to hear this, that somebody would want to train her son, and wonders why is he a hero or some kind, as he says, "Somewhat. I want to give him. I've seen the fire in his eyes as a kid, as a young child this age, and I want to train him. So please, allow me to give your son at least a fighting chance to become a hero, even without a quirk." As she wonders, "Okay then, I'll allow this, but how long would it take?" Ryu soon explained that he'll only train him during the child's breaks, and will only train him on days that he won't be going to school. Because of this, he still wants Izuku to be a normal kid, but because Ryu has never been outside the outside world from time to time, only went out when he was at least 17 in the first Ninja Gaiden game, if any of you have known. So Inko allows this, and over time, throughout his life, Izuku began training in the ways of the Dragon Ninja, and his training was grueling, painful, and even stressful as hell for a kid his age, especially if he was 6. However, Ryu started training when he was at least 2 years old. However, Ryu was a bit of a prodigy. Even the day he was born, he was destined to be a ninja. However, Izuku never expected something like this would be in his life, so I guess he didn't really know how to take it. But even so, he still had determination, the strength, and the will to keep going no matter what. Over time, Izuku would always come back home with bruises, cuts, and a ton of broken bones from time to time, wondering if his training is harsh and if he's really being treated, and if he's treated badly. However, Ryu treats Izuku almost like a son, actually. I know some of you believe that, Ryu should have a child of his own, but no. If you guys know that the Dead or Alive games take place in the future timeline of the Ninja Gaiden series, so yeah, that's not happening. But that aside, Izuku takes the training and keeps going, and actually acclimates to the training at the age of 10. He starts getting used to each and every training. His body is a lot more well built and a lot more stronger, even as a kid. People began noticing that Izuku was a lot more stronger. Not only that, he was less shy than he used to be. He kept his distance from people, but he wasn't always always scared or nervous or anything like that. He was still pretty strong. He was more straightforward and stuff like that. Even Bakugo began realizing this, thinking about putting him down a little bit. But Izuku didn't care, because his training is what mattered. Day Years go by, and Izuku was was almost closer past his beginner stage, and was already learning all the basics of of his ninjutsu training. He already had the build of a ninja and shinobi, but now he needed to learn how to fight like one. Ryu began training him with multiple members of the dragon clan to be fight with. He learned how to use swords, and from time to time he wasn't that good at it, but over time he began developing and began training even more and more, realizing on how strong he became, and realizing that his sword training became second nature to him. Not only that, he mostly used different types of regular katanas, and also learned how to dual wield swords as well, dual katanas, and Itachis as well, and even learned how to wield an Itachi, which basically just a longer katana and all that. Not only that, he also trained him in the ways of using a bow staff, nunchucks, katanas, tonfa, and even a bow and shuriken as well. And almost close. Izuku was almost close to fully mastering his training. There was only one thing he had to learn to fully master his training as a dragon ninja, and that was to master the power of Ninpo. Ryu told Izuku that his Ninpo training would take almost 3 years to fully master, and Izuku was already 13, saying he doesn't have that much time he doesn't have 3 years to train in Ninpo, and says, "Can I focus on training at least 1 Ninpo a year, or at least 1 Ninpo a month?" As many of the Dragon Clan shinobis believe that that's impossible, that the only person that was able to learn all Ninpo techniques in 1 year was Ryu. Ryu allowed this. However, rushing through these stages will not be easy. It could take years, and possibly even months. You would also have to skip out on certain school, as Izuku says, "I don't care. I want to become stronger. If that means skipping a couple days of school, then so be it. I don't care. Please train me, master. I'm begging you." As Izuku bows his head all the way to the ground, as Ryu agrees and allows his training. During his time in middle school, Izuku skipped a couple of days of school, go to the Hayabusa estate and train with Ryu and Ninpo. As Izuku began learning Ninpos by training, meditation, and developing his mind. However, he did have to make up a couple of classes and classworks. No one didn't really give him any homework, so he always had to go to the teacher's faculty office to learn to get his missed work. And while doing that, he's done pretty well actually, and to keeping up in both his Ninpo training and his missing work as well. And his work paid off. He was able to graduate and go to his senior year in junior high, and also was able and learned 3 Ninpo techniques. That being the art of the divine life, where he's able to heal his wounds; art of the flaming phoenix, summoning 3 phoenix spirits to protect him from any attacks; and art of Izanami, where he's able to discharge lightning bolts from his hands. And yeah, I had to give him at least something that composed to lightning. It's still Izuku after all. And Izuku was able to learn these techniques, especially the Izanami one, which is a high level Ninpo technique. Everyone is surprised, even Ryu, seeing this, thinking that Izuku is also a prodigy. but makes up with it with hard work, determination, and willpower. In this, Izuku was almost a full-fledged dragon ninja. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, because I'm actually going to enjoy doing this what if series. Trust me. By the time this one comes out, I'm already be working on my next what if for this series. So that said, please leave a comment down below and tell me what you guys think. Also, please leave a like and subscribe as well, which helps out my channel a lot. Well, that said, this is Leon Mookie, signing out. Later. Hey guys, Leon Mookie here, and this is, well, an announcement for the future of my other what if videos. I was gonna put this in during this, well, what if script, but I forgot to, and I already recorded it, so this has had to come out. I wanted to tell you guys, this is my last what if I'm going to be doing, which let me get into details. This is the last new what if I'm going to do. I'm still going to continue my what if series. It's just I won't be doing any new ones for a while, at least until I finish another story. Most likely I'll be finishing my what if Izuku was a villain story later on. But until then, hope you guys can enjoy this. Later.